In the summer of 2026, South Korea walked into the World Cup with one of the strongest squads in its history. Captain Heung-min, a top 10 economy behind them, and what many call the easiest group draw in decades. 3 games later, they were going home. 1 win, 2 losses. Their worst World Cup result ever. The headlines blamed the coach, but the coach was only the last man standing. To understand what really happened, you have to look at who has been running Korean football for the last 33 years. To make sense of this, you need one Korean word most people outside Asia have never heard: Chaebol. A chaebol is a giant business empire, controlled by a single founding family passed down like a throne. Samsung, LG, and Hyundai. Now picture this: one family owning Apple, Walmart, and your bank, all at once. In Korea, that kind of power is normal. And that power doesn't stop at factories. For 33 years, the family behind Hyundai didn't just build cars and ships. They also controlled the one thing every Korean cares about: the national football team. So how does a family hold on to a national sport for that long? Not through votes you and I would recognize. The KFA's president was chosen by a small circle of delegates, a system critics call a gym election, because the outcome is decided before anyone walks in. Government auditors found the board mostly rubber-stamped whatever the chairman ordered. The cost showed up in the biggest decision of all: who coaches the team. In just 2 years, Korea hired and fired a foreign manager, Jürgen Klinsmann, then handed the job to an insider, Hong-min, both picks soaked in accusations of favoritism. The team on the field was being built by a system that answered to one man. And in the deciding match against South Africa, the system finally broke into the open. Needing only a draw to advance, the coach benched Son Heung-min, the first time the captain had ever started a match on the bench. The plan was to save him for later. Later never came. South Korea lost, 1-0. One commentator put it bluntly: there was no structure, no objective. It was hard to understand why the players were even running. The most expensive part of the failure wasn't the talent, it was the thinking above it. This time, the anger didn't stop at the coach. Within days, both men were gone. The coach resigned in Mexico, and the chairman announced he would step down after 13 years in charge. A sitting president, Lee Jae-myung, weighed in, saying the lesson was simple: personnel is everything. Pick leaders by loyalty, and you get results like this. His government put football on a national reform list with one headline demand: direct elections. For the first time in 3 decades, the cartel was being pried open. So, why did Korea's golden generation fail? The coach made a bad call. The captain sat. But those were symptoms. The cause was a structure where one family for 33 years held the sport with almost no one able to say no. Talent can win you a match. It can't fix the system that picks who leads it. Korea didn't lose to South Africa. It lost to 33 years of unaccountable power. And the whole country watched it happen on live television.